Hi. Listen to the ice here and there falling off the roof. There's an ice storm out there and it looks really beautiful, and I'm going to show it to you. I needed a break. I needed to socialize. I needed a break. I lost 15 or 20 pounds, maybe 18 pounds or 20, something like that. I got in really good shape. I don't know if I feel like showing it right now. It's kind of cold in here. Yo. Yo. Anyway, you'd think there'd be a woman who would appreciate me. A woman who would appreciate me. I don't know. Anyway, I think I needed to socialize. I was working too hard. Do I watch Drag Race? I'll watch it right now. You want to turn it on somewhere? I'll go. Well, I don't want to get COVID-19. Drag Race. Hey, man. Are you in LA or somewhere like that? Hi. How do you... I heard a lot of people, a big percentage, a lot of people got COVID-19 in LA. You wanna, we can't go, I would go to I can't go to a bar, I can't go, I don't know where, why would I go to a bar? Why would I, you're in LA. I don't know where you meet with people that you're like trying to hang out with, you know? I like family. I like family. Oh man, I hope she's okay. I hope she's okay. I'm gonna look at the comment, what you said. Ba-ba-dee-ba-bee-da-doo-da-day. Where are the comments? Where are the comments? The chat stuff. Hey, my girlfriend got COVID-19. Oh my gosh. She's probably kind of young. She's probably young. So hey, all the older people over 65 can get vaccines, but I can't. We can't get them unless you're a frontline worker. So it's gone down from a third of the people really being affected by COVID-19 in the past few weeks or so from whatever it is. From the vaccines. The vaccines are helping it get better. Apparently, if you watch the numbers, like it shows starting early this year, it was down here and then it went way up, like here, like in December, here's where we are. It got up to there in early January, and then the vaccine, I think, helped it go down a little bit. Somebody commented, No, I didn't go back on the medicine. I just gotta watch the caffeine. The caffeine is the thing that was causing the craziness. Um, which I was never crazy, but with high amounts of caffeine and little sleep, anyone can have problems with that. So I just don't drink the caffeine, and if I do, I have a small amount. But here and there, I had tremendous amounts. Even I think of a couple of weeks ago, and it took a few days to get out of my system again, to get back to sleep and get back to normal. Mind racing. And when you get sleep, then it's okay, I think. That's in my experience. When I got sleep, I was okay. When I got sleep, I was okay. You're on the list to get the vaccine. And oh, caffeine's terrible. Well, it affects people differently. It's a drug. I lost weight. I lost 15 or 20 pounds or something, but I look okay. I guess I look okay even when I had the most weight on me, if I get ready and presentable. There are people commenting. It's hard to tell. It's hard to scroll down because I guess it's, hey, it's pretty good, people commenting a bunch, but I can't, it's hard to tell. I've been celibate for years by myself, and then COVID-19 happened. I was already out in the woods by myself, and then now it's like, how am I gonna go out there? I don't know. But I started thinking about being with women. I was only thinking about one woman for years. 2 years. Thinking about not even thinking of anyone else. Imagine it was her for 2 years. And then I started looking on the internet of all different types of women. And I quit my medicine. I slept a lot, and then I was so mentally well adjusted that it was like amazing. I had no anxiety, man. It felt really good and happy, but I miss my children. I miss my children and family, so I have to figure out how to get there with different stuff. And I started listening to music again the past few weeks. I don't want to randomly be with any women. I can't imagine that, but I don't know. This is a champagne. I didn't like drinking the really cheap wines. I couldn't keep working all the time and working out and being in the best health ever. And I was really starting to, it was starting to hurt me, the lack of enjoyment from things and socialization. So, for once in weeks, I drank alcohol and it made me feel better. Like felt social, and I'm socializing kind of now. light went off. My special light made me look good. Come on. Well, if only you people knew. If only you knew what it was like for me the past few days. Depression again. I don't want to tell how bad it was because I don't want some fuck to take me away. Horrible, unimaginable suffering for 2 years. Every day wanting to die. That's what my life fucking felt like. Having to work on manual hard labor, and when I could barely physically go on anymore, having to arrange for people to continue working when I was unable to go on, where the money that I was getting them, that I was paying them to invest in this house, was like an issue where it actually ended up hurting my body to where I had to go to urgent care. I had to go to urgent care one time and get on, they gave me some medicine another time, and was worried for my health because I was working too hard, 12 hours a day on this house for one of those years. And then the next year, 2020, I got to work on videos, something I actually don't want to fucking kill myself for because it sucks a dick so bad because I hate it. Because the other shit, never really enjoyed, but had to for 14 years. It sucked. There's jobs that suck. There's jobs that suck. And guess what? I don't feel like fucking killing myself. So I worked as hard as I can imagine on my videos for a year. The next year, and in between, I worked for my parents a little bit for like a couple months. That was really big, difficult stuff out there in public. Right before COVID-19, I ended up laying in a bed for about, well, for a while. I could not go on anymore. Then COVID-19 happened. It was a miracle. It was a miracle. I had to stay indoors at first, and I started working on videos a bunch, and I had enough money. I guess it worked out okay sometimes. I'm not gonna fucking shampoo, I'm not gonna vacuum, then shampoo this in some old house out there and run the fucking plumbing machine through the thing that has to be from True Value Hardware, because you have to go in there and politically get along with those kind of racist people and get in and keep your mouth shut because Hootie's playing on the radio, and it could be, well, never anything that much because you know how the people who own that place are. And, well, and that's what you're allowed when you go out there and work in those environments where it's Republican and most of everywhere you're fucking working, and there's no, I don't know. And but the city in Roanoke is, I don't fucking know. I don't know. It's kind of liberal. It's the opposite. It's like in the town I live in, the county is mostly Republican. They voted overwhelmingly for Trump this time, and the city voted overwhelmingly for whatever the fucking great American guy is, Robinette, whatever his name is, that's good, that stands up for actual good values. But maybe Robinette stands for, like, he's standing down to give God all the glory instead of himself, right? I don't know. And instead of a jerk superhero of, I don't know. But the Roanoke County and Roanoke City are about the same politically. One's more liberal, one's more Republican, and they're okay, but I just, like, did any of the, I don't know, it's okay enough. It's okay. It's okay. I need a break. I don't know if people understand the pressure that I was under, like my face to look young, and my body to look really good. So people give a fuck about me enough to watch people or something, because apparently if you gotta be a big fat fuck, you have to have a perfect little face, or else nobody gives a fuck about you, like Chris Farley, who had a good looking face and good hair and he's fat as shit. Or else people, I don't know, I don't understand them, but they made fun of me all through this fucking schools when I never cared about looks that much. And finally I had to learn, I had to work hard at my appearance. And maybe it's enough, but why does this video not have hundreds of people watching it? Why does it not have hundreds of people watching it? I'm tired of it. Should I be fucking dead? I need a break. I need a break. That's all I've been working at. And last year, I didn't get in the best shape ever because I was being kind and Jesus-like, giving all the glory to God instead of myself. Intentionally filming my face look older. I left the footage intentionally last year of me looking bad at my worst, because it was kind and Jesus-like for God to get all the glory. How the fuck is it gonna ever get anywhere when I was doing that? I did my best. It was getting like 100, sometimes 80 views, like 100, 400 views. Gives a fuck! Gives a fuck about that. I'm ready to fucking fight some Mike Tyson or something. Shit! Fuck! Tired of it. It's so hard to pay the bills. It's so hard to pay the bills. I just want to take a break. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's so hard to pay the bills. I really fucking inject a steroid into fucking asshole like an AIDS victim to fight Mike Tyson to be able to pay my bills. It's so impossible to get by. I can't fight anyone. I'm not gonna fight anyone in a ring. I don't care about fighting anyone. I only lifted weights when I was younger, so I have abs. So I finally have abs. I got so skinny, starving myself, it looked terrible. Looked like an anorexic. And my stomach didn't really have abs. So that's why I had to do weight training when I was younger. Wasn't concerned about my health. Then, like for the past 2 years, I did it just for my health. Because I was so kind and godly and Jesus-like that it was wrong to do it for your appearance. So I was doing it just for my health. And then, starting a few weeks ago, I started getting to feel happy about actually getting to feel good, looking good, and I'm thinking about finally getting to be with a woman besides the one who is totally neglecting me and making me live like a fucking suffering person the whole time so she could be a princess and shit ass some place where the fucking George Bush family is known for. None of the bands I grew up listening to, admiring and relating to and feeling all the love and emotion and sadness and the emotion and beauty, none of that ever was from Houston, Texas. What the fuck is that place? The home of George Bush? And she took my closest loved ones to there. She took all the people who I related to the most, more than anyone. She took my family away from me. No one else understands. No one else understood moving to California as young people, 19 and 20. She was 20, I was 19, and we went to California to finally not be made fun of anymore, and to do the cool the big things that we wanted to do in filmmaking and what we're good at, acting and singing and all those creative things, and to be there for her and believe in her more than I believed in myself, and believe in my children more than I believed in myself. No one ever did that for me. And unless they had a big ego about having millions of dollars, like I could never fucking get anywhere no matter how hard I tried, because it all went to their money, all my toil and work, so I could get into heaven being a meek little fucking person until my late 30s. But that's wrong, because they're good people, my parents are good people, and I was probably looking like I had ripped abs, in a really good shape a lot, and looking young and looking really good and feeling the best, and they were like older and suffering and having to work and work and work and not work on their appearance, and then they got pretty good, and they got, I don't know, it's not their fault, but it's like, it's so, I don't know. I'd like to take a break and take it easy and, not worry about stuff. I don't get that angry just since texting my mom 2 days ago, punch in the head shit. Bullshit. I don't know what that is. Sucks. It's been so difficult for days. For days. All alone, want to socialize. How do you go out there with COVID-19? How do you go out there without getting COVID-19 and dying, or having your lungs like really affected for months, close, who knows how, well, likely with a young person, that's this guy that's older, the lead singer of Tool. He's like 58. And, it affected him, Maynard, whatever his name is, and he still has like the mucus in his lungs like months later, like a while later. But I'm 43. I'm 43. But the person who got COVID-19 is younger. But some, they just get better from it. There's this lady in her 50s or so, her 60s or 70s. She was in her 60s or 70s. I stood up for those people for so long. Let them enjoy. They're out there enjoying their life. And I was like stuck here with myself. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh, you're not behind bars. You better enjoy being isolated for 5.5 years, away from human contact, working on a fucking house, on the floors, on your hands and knees on the fucking floors. Crazy ass fucking bullshit work has to be their fucking regular jobs and shit. Fuck you! Music, art, film, creativity should be the work, the things you enjoy. The other shit should be done by robots. Fuck that bullshit! Tired of them fucking pushing me around with their regular jobs. Get to work, soldier, 3 a.m., 12:30 a.m. now, start the whole fucking day. What they did to me, fucking making me do their bullshit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. hate that shit. Rather be dead. Rather be dead than do that shit. Makes me want to die. I hate it. I never want to do it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm like cleaning some shit every moment of every day for 12 hours a day that goes on and on and on for 8 months until you have to go to the hospital because you neglected your health. With your family taken away from you. I don't like it. And I had to do it so much at sometimes to make up for the times when I wasn't working as hard that I did it for 14 years. I don't want to do it. Is that good enough for their bullshit? I don't understand what the point of it is. My dad's a millionaire. He fucking wiped your asshole, gives a fuck. He's excited about it. He enjoys it. He enjoys being a businessman. He worked hard at it. Like, he had to work really hard. They had to work 5 jobs between them both. So he got to be a millionaire or whatever. You know, like if Mike Tyson had his money and didn't make the huge ass money with the hundreds of millions of dollars, it'd go to nothing with if it was Mike Tyson's with the little man. You know, it's not that much. Millions of dollars is not that much. There might be hundreds of millions of millionaires. There are probably hundreds of millions of millionaires on Earth. So it's not really as much as it. Because for people who work really hard and do a good job of it, no matter how hard I was working, they didn't want to call it work. I don't know why. They wanted it to be my parents' way of having to be this way, stand up for military, stand up for regular fitting in stuff, have to go to school instead of just be on a stage playing music the whole time from as soon as I got to drop out of that school when I was 16 and went right to Los Angeles. Yeah, thank God I didn't go to Vietnam. My dad had to go to Vietnam, so apparently I can never be as good of a man as him because he went to Vietnam. No matter what I do, he's the best. I guess he's a good person. He's a good person. He helped me a lot with money. Apparently I have more money than most people. I don't have that much. I don't have that much compared to those A-list actors and rock stars with tons of millions of dollars. But apparently I have more than most anybody. I have a kind of expensive champagne, a house, a really good house on 9 acres. You know, I have stuff. People think that I have more stuff than everyone else, and it's probably because of my parents, because they worked really hard and saved their money and they didn't spend on cars. They didn't spend on too expensive cars. When they were younger, they had expensive cars, and then they started getting average cars and saving money on cars because it's an asset. I mean, it's not an asset unless it'd be hard to imagine it being an asset from their mentality. But there are other people who invest in classic cars. It's a liability. It's a liability. It loses its value. No matter what it's going to do, it's going to go down in value. No matter what those cars do, it's going to cost money. So they just keep the value of them really low and don't spend on them, and they invest in real estate and then work really hard. And I hope they're not working hard anymore because they're a lot older now and they shouldn't have to keep working. It's not their fault. I don't want to blame anyone else. This is my psychiatrist appointment that I'm This is my psychologist appointment for the people in my lives who I'm allowed to talk to as a therapist, or else anxiety could be unimaginable. There's something wrong with them. You think I like to feel like there's something wrong with me, like the therapist is the better one who doesn't have something wrong with them? I don't know. Maybe that's not how it is. Maybe I can just talk to a therapist and feel okay. I can't imagine getting to do that. I haven't gotten to do that in years. Just how the people I know in my life, how it's been, and you can't blame all them and turn your back on them and sell your soul to the fucking devil like some of these famous people who their parents died and then they became famous because they didn't give a fuck about them, and they went out and became a big A-list actor, so they'd be taken down to shit ass hell where all these demons and shit try to I don't know. This is my socialization I get to do. This is my socialization. Instead of drinking this whole thing down and feeling okay and finally not worrying about like other people did, of course, I never had a problem with alcohol because I was like my parents. So I guess I'm grateful to be like my parents, who I guess it's okay for however it is. Now I'm supposed to throw the whole video away. I'm supposed to throw the whole video away, which I felt I was supposed to before I even started filming. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. It's not easy. How do I get to Texas to see my children? How do I get to Texas to see my children without spending too much money? I don't have as much money as people might think. I've been getting by on very little. Very little. We're investing it in this house. And then investing it in these videos, which I've always done, which in my films and videos I've always put a lot into that. And that's why I did whole movie productions. Even when I didn't have the money, I did it. I somehow got the money, but that's not, I don't know. That's hopefully will one day make back the money. I'm sorry he died in Vietnam. I feel kind of bad for saying what I said. I don't know. Apparently no one ever believed in me like I believed in my son. Like I believed in my son to be the most popular one, a famous actor. When the movies weren't big enough around here, I believed in him. All it took was believing in him. All it takes is having someone to believe in you. When you believe in them with all you have, he has 400 million views. He got 400 million views. And Danica, I believed in her. No one else believed in her like as much as I did. No one else believed in her, regardless of the flaws of her work. I stood up for it with all I had, gave it the benefit of the doubt with everything I had. Her videos. In the early in the early 2000s, I thought it was like I thought her stuff was kind of stupid. And I thought mine was the best. I always thought my films were the best. And then something happened when we were getting closer to being married, and I started giving her the benefit of the doubt on everything she did, how good it was, believing in her sense of humor, until she became a really good comedy screenwriter when she didn't have that ability before and I had. She didn't have that ability before and I had it, but she had another ability. She could still write screenplays, and I believed in her with all I had. I didn't always know what was best. I didn't know about God and Jesus, which is more important than being famous or having a lot of money and stuff like that. But I believed in her, and I believed in my children, and they did it at a pretty good level. But then they were separated. They were taken away from me, and then I met Al. Oh, then I had to really go out there and work on the other stuff, and that was like, I don't know. And I don't know. But no one ever believed in me that much that they wanted me to be the best on earth, the best in the universe, the best. No one ever believed in me in that way. But I believed in Danica and Rowan and Ivan when I was able to, and I like to believe in them all. Well, that's just kind of how I am, and the baby, and all of them, to be, at least somewhat make a living at it. Not the best of all time on earth like I used to think. I'd get happy about being the best ever at things. And I worked relentlessly at being famous. And I think she attacked everything that I did. She was right there beside me saying, it's gonna fail. It had to be her way. When we were together, it had to be her way. Then it was okay. It was like, then it was okay. It had to be her way. She was kind of negative about the goals and vision and huge things that I wanted, because the things that I wanted were influenced by these, I guess, false idols growing up. And I didn't know it, like Poison. When I was 10 years old and I saw them, they're really young, and they're probably okay. I don't know what they're like now. Bret Michaels and them, finally getting to have sex with a girl or kiss a girl, which I was unable to do all those years growing up. I didn't have the confidence. And I thought about finally being on stage, everyone loving me, and being the most popular one. And that's what kept me going through how difficult it was in all those schools when the other kids got to feel pretty normal, and I felt really out of place, I'd say, through a lot of it. But I don't know. But I got to party and hang out with people after class and fit right in and be popular and cool. It gave me like a power of feeling cool. And I don't know, it was okay. And that was part of my vision and goal, was to be one of those famous people like David Lee Roth, all those famous people, Motley, all the glam rock people, the punk rock people, the famous big popular David Bowie giving a concert to these huge 80 million people, that was what motivated me to finally be okay when I was out of those schools that I didn't really fit in, and I constantly did God's work. Constantly was kind to everyone else, give everyone else the benefit of the doubt through all of it, through many years of it. And I thought I had such bad body dysmorphic disorder. I thought no girl would ever want to be with me, and I didn't know how to talk to them. Started by being heavier, one of the heaviest, fattest ones. Then thought there's stuff wrong with my face and body or something. And maybe it was okay, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I had this idea of being a famous person that made it okay. Like one day I'd be famous, or for my work, like those people I saw on stage, those who got to have everyone finally love them and fit in. So I think that was my goal, but a problem with it was the idea of all those girls or women, young women. But when I was younger, it was girls, and I thought I finally get to have sex. Like, but people age. I've been looking so bad feeling for a day or two. After I lost all the weight, 20 pounds, I looked really good through the whole thing. And then something happened that made me feel like horrible. Because I'm 43 years old, and I looked about my age, I guess. And I don't know. It's not that bad. But my dad has really helped me. He helped me through film school, and the film is something special that I do that I never would have thought that it would be like, but it's something special that I know how to do that other people don't know how to do, that I'm supposed to do on earth, a God-given thing, and it's something better than just playing music by itself. And that has a lot to do with my parents, why I did film instead of just being some person who does music, which wouldn't have been the right thing. So I'm grateful for honoring my parents all those years. I went to all those schools and finally got into a good film school. And but I looked pretty bad before I sat down here and drank this champagne. I put one light there to balance the daylight coming in here, and it looks. I feel happy about I felt happy about everything to do with video. I don't know. But God knows, and Jesus knows, I don't know. I haven't had to be thinking about leaving my life in the hands of God all the time. I might die any day. Like, I finally was like, wow, I'm probably going to live a long time. Finally got to feel happy about my health. My dad had to go to Vietnam when he was really young, I think, like 23. And he had finished he was a little older than some of the other ones, but he had already finished graduate school. And he was in he was in something. And I can only imagine the fear that he must have had to go through there. And he had to see one of his friends who was on the front lines jump into his foxhole instead of him getting to jump into it, and his friend jumped into it, and a grenade went into it and blew him all up and blew all his parts of his body off. And he had to see stuff like that. And it still affected him in the 80s. Because one time he was asleep. He was laying in a chair and asleep like this, a chair that was like, I think, reclined. And it was in the basement of my parents' house. And I ran up to him with a broom. I don't know why. I was a little kid. I went, ah! And yelled at him. He went, ah! 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 and he acted like a, you know, he was thinking of Vietnam in his mind. I don't know why I ran up to him with a broom. Like, I had to work for him all those years. And sometimes, like, when we were picking up sticks from the yard, if there was a big stick, you could try to throw it. You could try to throw it. Like, I didn't know how else to do it. You'd try to throw a stick, like, into, like, the sticks, like, into the woods part away from the property, where it was just woods, and it would kind of be okay unless you had it taken away by trucks and stuff and stuff like that. But anyway, so I'd have to pick up that stuff a lot. It sucked. And sometimes I have to pick up for all the men. It was humiliating sometimes. It was like picking up their fucking jizz. It sucked. And but then I got to be on top of the world doing whatever the fuck I want, spending like $40,000 on a movie or $80,000 or $100,000 or something like that, and like, you know, doing whatever the fuck I want. Like, it was the coolest one who made like 5 or 10 times what all those workers made sometimes. And so I can understand why sometimes it was like cleaning up the jizz after all the workers. And sometimes when I was picking up the sticks to throw into the I'd take a stick and throw it like a spear, and I couldn't figure out why that was wrong, but it was something about a spear chucker in Vietnam. And like people in like the native people that lived in the jungle and monkeys and stuff like that. And something about my dad worrying about Vietnam. But he made it through and he didn't die, but he got a piece of shrapnel somewhere, and he made it through Vietnam, and then when he got back, he had worked as a lifeguard since a long time, and he had money saved up. He bought a 1 or 2 year old Corvette. He said he had, and this is something like I have to think about sometimes until I realize what it means. He could have had a new Z, which was Japanese, or a 1 or 2 year old Corvette, and he was choosing between different cars he wanted, and he chose a 1 or 2 year old Corvette. He chose a 1 or 2 year old Corvette, and he got to be like back from Vietnam or something, and he lived. And I don't know what he did after that, but he got to, I don't know. But I didn't get it. I was like a little closer to my mom, and I didn't get the big American stuff. I didn't get what was so enjoyable about it. It was almost like stuff that people had to do, and I didn't get was I didn't get it as much. But then I got it. Then I understood. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. They had to really try to make me embrace it somehow, but I had still had the wrong idea about it. And I was like, I acted like a really big fear-driven jerk with a shaved head, like I was in the military, and all the opposite stuff that I enjoyed inside. Like I started eating red, heavy meats at every meal for a long time. Um, when I had been a vegan for 14 years and started eating vegetarian on my own when I was like in junior high, and ate some chicken and some turkey, but I didn't eat the heavy meats. And I was like nice about it, but then I was too nice about it. And in like 2014, it felt like I had stopped taking my medicine and kept drinking coffee. I couldn't sleep for a long time. It felt like I was getting weak and kept losing weight. And so funny. And then I felt weak, and like monkeys, I thought monkeys were gonna come in trees. And Vietnam, it had something to do with all that stuff and other stuff. And Obama had really been in office a while, which was not expected for America. And then it was like I really had a horrible breakdown where I thought it'd be way worse than death. It was a fear way worse than death or anything that could be done on Earth. It was pretty bad, and I had to like change my brain. I had to change everything I believed. I had to just kind of survive. It was just horrible. It was horrible, and I just hid myself really far inside and put on this front driven by fear that was really, really, I don't know. I don't give a shit. At one time, I was more Republican than Ted Nugent and believed in the military more than him. I don't know if I believed in guns more than him. I don't know. Yeah, my dad's a good man. He's a good man. He's a good person. I don't know. He's good. He's okay. I'd like to be like there. I left my parents to be at one with my wife. To be at one with my wife, and that was a lot more well balanced and better. In a more earthly, getting to feel good on earth way. And I think it maybe sinned a little bit more. I think I sinned a little bit more when I met her. But I got to, I don't know. I don't know. I guess she helped me be nice in ways I don't know. I don't know. The noise in the noise in the background, the noise in the background was the the dishwasher, and yo, all those years I kept my hair short for my dad. I was very kind to him. All those years I kept it short because I felt like something, I don't know. So I'm finally growing my hair long like I wanted to since I was 10 years old, 10, 12, 13, something like that. Never know, it could die at any time. I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm not gay. That was a thing that like people like my dad who are into that stuff try to pretend like I'm gay or something, but I never was. I never even touched my butt once in a way that thought I would enjoy it. Unless I had to wipe my own shit off my ass. But I acted so gay, kind of, that people thought, he's gay. Because I had purple hair, pink hair, had pink hair. I don't know, it had something to do with I was closer to my mom than my dad. I never wanted to be gay. But my dad, I guess never wanted to be gay, but he was worried because they had, as a young man, he looked really attractive when he was really young. He had to go into a jungle and like fight people. Didn't know if they'd do these horrors to him or whatever. So I guess that's, and oh man, he must have had it pretty difficult. Well, I guess he's got it. I guess he's got it pretty good now. Weird question, but is that a cherry or a cedar log behind you? I'd have to think about that. Those trees. There were these trees going extinct at the time. There were these trees going extinct at the time. That were getting diseases everywhere, and they were going extinct. And he got some of the good ones and used some lotus. I think it's lotus. And he used those in the guest house and got them away from, they can't get the disease anymore. I think they're lotus or something like that. Something like that. And these, I'm not sure. But this is like 30 or 40 2x4s. It's strong. It's the original wood. It's like they cut 2x4s out of a tree trunk, and this just kept it just stayed together without having to cut the 2x4s out of it. And it's like 30 or 40 2x4s, and it's like a big beam, and they just left it like that, and it holds up pretty good. Holds up pretty good. It's he made a different type of house than when he built this house, but he was a builder. He did his best to fit in. I don't know how he fit in. He may have been a Republican. He may have been, I don't know what. I don't know. He may have been an extreme radical liberal. He may have been, I'm pretty sure he fit in with the way things were in the town, kind of, I don't know. But he's a good human being, the person who built this house. And at one time they had moss. They had grass roofs. They had grass roofs on all the houses. And it just wasn't a real good roof. It was an idea that he had when he built the houses. He put grass or moss or something like that on the roof, and it would get water in it, but it was like almost like a tree house. And when I got here, some of the windows and stuff were missing, and it was almost like an indoor, I don't know, but around, I don't, and why do I like something on my own ass? It smells like shit. It's like weird. It's like I don't do anything on my own ass. I don't know. I don't I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to do that. I'm not gay. Or I don't, when I look at a man and there's a penis there, it's like, go. And I just don't like it. It's just, I don't like it. For me personally. Your dad knows you're gay and still loves you. Everything about you is gay. Everything about me is gay. Gay, gay. This is gay. This is pretty gay. The brand La Marca. This is gay. This vitamin E that I put in my lips. Gay. Because I had them chapped out there and it looks like I was Marilyn Monroe in a video because it was real chapped lips and that's how it came out looking. But he's gay because he put vitamin E on it. What's gay about him? I don't know. He's gay. Gay. Yo. Eden Arnold, the Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden. That's talked about in the Old Testament. This is the New Testament. That's in the Bible. But hey. My dad's okay. I had to stand up for him. I don't know why I felt I must have said something pretty bad about my dad early in this video. I wanted to make sure he's okay and I didn't say anything bad about him in public. You want to know? I don't know. Mickey Rourke's father, he said he went to visit him and then he left when he was an adult. He was having to work as an actor in New York and he hadn't made it yet. He was poor. And he saw his father and he was like, nah, I didn't really care that much. He's probably going to die, he thought in his mind. And then he died. His father died. And and then somehow he became a famous actor. So I don't know if that was by chance or the devil got him to like, who gives a fuck about his closest loved ones, or who knows. I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't know him personally, but he was one of my, I liked him a lot, but then I found that out and I was like, well, that's kind of weird. And then I thought about it. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it was built as an art school, but before I got here, I had to work on regular houses, and I couldn't paint the floors like that. I had to. Everything had to be their way. Everything had to be their way. Though nothing. I think nothing was allowed to have it my way. I at one time turned on Black Sabbath back then because I hadn't found God in Jesus, and some song about some Black Sabbath song, and I started painting the ceilings like black and did this weird stuff. I had to go back and put Kills primer on it and cover it all up and do it just right with the special white or special off-white, some kind of paint to I can't imagine thinking about having to do that again. I can't imagine having to think about doing that again. It doesn't matter to me. But I had to work on this house, so I had the value of the house, and I had to, and I like it too. At first, I thought it was really cool, and I really liked the house, and I liked to work on it as a motivator for a few weeks, and then I just had to keep working on it a long time. Thanks. Yeah, my dad's pretty good. Well, there's I was working so hard at losing body fat and gaining muscle and doing videos. It's hard to do. Like those people like David Lee Roth, he doesn't know how to do filmmaking. There's this other guy who directed all his videos, but he was an amazing singer. He was an amazing singer, and he motivated me a lot for a while now, and a long time. Like growing up, when I saw him, he did a lot of good music videos. He is in way more of an elite physique, just his physique alone, his physical health, than almost anyone in most cities. Just his physical health, but he's a really good singer. His voice sounds really good, but that's what he did, and he worked at it a lot from the start. And he's just some person who motivated me to but there's so many people like that who motivated me before. But my son, I can teach him all these. I can be a good father to him. I don't know. I raised him really well. I traveled there a lot. I don't know. Maybe there's something else I'm missing. Maybe I'm supposed to meet a new wife. I don't know. I've tried and tried. The past 2 years, I was monogamous even in my thoughts. Anytime I got the most excited sexually, Danica, for 2 years. If you can imagine that, and a lot of neglect, thousands of emails I was writing to her, with her taking my children and my closest loved ones away from me, and mostly depression every day. And then starting like in December, the end of December, I quit the medicine I was on. I quit all caffeine. I slept a bunch. And I started thinking about other women. I started thinking about, instead of thinking it was lusting after women in my mind, which the Bible says you're not supposed to lust after you're not supposed to lust after other women in your heart. So I'd have to think about what that means, but as long as I'm not imagining really being in love with them a lot, I don't know. Like my sex drive got 10. Ooh, gross, man. But I don't do any of that around other people. I haven't done any of that around it for a while. But I might do it around someone. One. But the girls and the women, oh man. That's something I've been thinking about a lot for a few. But I'm pretty sure in the Bible it's wrong to be with more than one woman. I'm pretty sure it's wrong. I wouldn't want a guy anywhere near me when I'm thinking about having sex. I wouldn't want anyone with a dick near me. I'm sorry. I would not want anywhere near them. Get away from me. Like, I'd be out of there. I'd take, if it was my soulmate or something, I'd be monogamous with just her. I don't need any other women. That's good enough for all eternity for me if it's someone God-given and special. I don't know. But some people, I don't know. I don't know. And it looks pretty. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. No. She's from a family kind of like my family, with our family background, and she went with some random guy who already is married, and he always puts his wife first or whatever, and she's given him the time of day for like 5 years or something, and he's 11 years younger than her. He's 11 years younger than her. He doesn't know the first thing about what I share with her and my kids, and what we do, what our parents and family background do. He doesn't get it. I don't know why she gave some random person who's just younger and looked okay, I don't know, the time of day. I don't understand. He doesn't have anything in common with her. He never cared about her that much. I don't get it. I'm gonna show you what it looked like out there, because it all melted. It all melted while I was doing the video. It all melted while I was doing the video. However, I got a shot of it on video. I was so much into videos. I was so much into videos that there was a shot I can show you. I'm gonna import this this footage of the ice that was out there earlier today all day until I started doing this video. It melted while we were doing the video. It all melted. Maybe I can go drive out there. I have to keep it under 0.08. I can. This whole mountain is a private road. I could take an Uber. I don't know. I don't want to get into COVID-19 stuff and no. Well, the ice was out there, and I have it on video somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So I'm gonna import all these tons of footage of films videos that I just made a little bit earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm just gonna import all those. Oh, there's footage of me in a car driving in it. I'll get the rest of those. I filmed that earlier today. I took the trash out. I can put it in a video. Show all the ice. There was an ice storm, ice covered everywhere, and now it all melted. And there's still some fog. It all melted. It was all in the trees. Ice all in the trees. See, that doesn't leak. That porch doesn't leak. And I can put those things on it, but you know, I don't. It's hard moving into a house that was not really livable condition. What is this stuff? These are filters. That stuff. That's what people put on their live video. Gosh. What are those bubbles? What is this stuff? What the heck is that? Trying to look like flies or some shit? Champagne. But people are made, I don't know, Blair Witch Project. Ugh. Yeah, I remember the X-Files. Some of those were good shows. Here's what it really looks like. Can you imagine this place? 6,000 square feet of work. Every inch of it needed it, pretty much. Well, not literally every inch. Well, the ice melted. Smells like a cheeseburger. This is terrible. I showered. I don't get it. Why would it smell like a cheeseburger? Let's see what's on here. You gotta be careful not to show this one shot. Here's what it was earlier today. Wow, this is the ice storm. Well, it's not like the movie The Ice Storm. He got to actually work on a movie for years instead of having to do hundreds of videos. But the movie The Ice Storm was one of my favorite movies by Ang Lee. Actually, I think he may have directed Brokeback Mountain, but but before that, he did The Ice Storm, one of my favorite movies in film school. Anyway, this is the ice. Oh. Eh. I went. I had all this trash. It was so hard living here. They never had the internet out here. I had to find a way to get the internet. By some miracle, God let me have the internet out here. This man who owned a special internet company. What the fuck is that? Doesn't look that good. I sure, what the heck? I drove down the hill. And then I had a carload of trash for weeks. I was working so hard on videos and losing weight and had quit all my meds that I was on for 18 years and quit caffeine. And I had all this trash that I had kept in some part of my house because I kept missing the trash. I was like unable to get down there right when it happened to be trash day. Because you can't, because if you put it down there, a bear or raccoons will take it unless it's right when it's supposed to go down. So I finally got it all down there this morning. And then I had to do other stuff, and I couldn't take it anymore, and I drank this alcohol. And it wasn't that. It was how horrible it had been for a couple days before. And that was like the end of it, and I finally just drank this alcohol. I couldn't keep trying to lose body fat, and I don't know what the fuck that last shot was. It didn't... had a sweatshirt on. I had to put all this trash away. I filled up most all the trash cans. I filled up most all the trash cans. And then I broke down and cried again. I've been crying for a few days. My hands were like frozen and swelled up, and I could not feel them from and I didn't know it was filming. I don't try to film it if I'm sad, which I was every day for years probably. Wonder if I can hear myself crying or something. Yay, it's that. No. That is the coolest car. feels good going out there in public. It does when you look good enough. When you're allowed to. Republican town. When you're allowed to look good about yourself. It sounded like a gay person. I sound, maybe I.
Are so cold. I feel like my skin feels old because it's so cold. It sucks. My hands are so cold. I'm trying to warm up.
Yeah.
So cold. Does it work? Yes, it works. It's starting to get warmer. It's so bad I cannot even drive. I can't imagine what's so cold it is to drive.
Well, that's pretty good. It's just in the wintertime, it takes the cars a while to get warm. Oh, shit.
My hands are so cold by the time I was done with that. I could not feel it. They were like almost swollen up a little bit. It sucked.
I look so weak. My wrists look weak.
And then put this
I had been starving myself, and still my neck looks so fucking fat.
wiping all over it.
It's terrible. I don't know. It's been 10 years of being looked down on for that stuff.
More than 14 years full time.
Is that good enough for him? Nonsense. Those look like shit. It's terrible. What the fuck? It looks horrible. Yo. Happy to be called a gay woman. That looks fucking terrible. I got so distraught and sad. I gave up on life beyond that, but I'm too much of a pussy to kill myself. I just won't know I'm not. I won't kill myself. So it just sucked really, really bad. It made my face look terrible. And then somehow gets happy again, I guess. I don't know. I don't want to show the other footage. Or this is me, like, I don't know. That angle should have been lit. This angle could have been lit better on that side of the face to get rid of some of those shadows, but so that's what I happened to do. The heck is that? Yo. I get along with gay. I kind of feel. I feel like I relate to gay people about their openness with their image and their appearance and feeling good about their appearance and other stuff. But I don't want to ever have sex with a gay person. I just don't want to. See that? It's like, what is that? It's 20 pounds overweight. The fuck is that? It's 20 pounds overweight of looking like so amazing. And, you know, the fuck is the purpose of it? Who wants to look at that? Look at this. It'd be great if we had happy good times and bills paid. Or well, maybe that's not as important as I don't know. Ding dot do dot ding dot day. Oh, thanks. She's got a pretty. No, I can't say pretty because that's safe for someone. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. First world problems. Looks like a movie star. Looks like a movie star face. Looks like one of the people I've seen showing their. How do you click on this? I guess she might not have any videos, but I don't know. I'm afraid. For years, I ignored all of them. There might be one of them that's real who really wants to. How do you zoom out of this? It's not zoom. Oh, doing this zoom out. I'm pressing zoom out, not zoom in. Oh, zoom in. What is it doing? What is it doing? What is it doing? Teeny tiny words. Do you get the lyrics to their music? Can you retire yet? Can you get to feel happy and know that it'll be okay for the rest of your life? Unless you get something, and your health is okay enough and you get to feel okay and not have to do something that makes you want to kill yourself or feel horrible. I don't know. I don't know. Retiring must be pretty good. Why would they want to retire so old? Those people get to retire when they're like, I don't know. No. Backfire HD 1%er. What is 1%er? 1%er. What is 1%er? Outlaw. No. Urban Dictionary. What is a one? What does it mean to? Hey. Originated in 1947. Motorcycles. Hey. I could teach the baby, Rowan and Ivan's little sister, how to talk better than everyone her age. Everyone, mostly, her age. And instead, she is behind in all of her language and everything. Because Danica won't let me just, well, if she just lets me be with her in her house and be her well, be Danica's, be close to Danica and be a really good father to the baby. A really good father to the baby. No one else is her God given father, apparently, because I haven't given a fuck about being there for her. And I've been willing to 24 hours a day, every day, for this whole time since before she was born. No one else gave a fuck to be it. No one else cared enough. Yet, somehow, it's the way it is with me out in the woods and not being able to. I don't know. But these past few weeks, I almost gave up. And I can teach her well beyond almost any child her age. I'm sure of it. I know because I love her and I want her to be okay. And instead, she has her quote unquote autistic. But I guess it makes sense in a way because she's flawed and imperfect. Like the pressure I put on Danica to be perfect. But I could strengthen all of that and make it amazing. She'd get to be, sing in the star of her own music videos of today. Really get to sing. She sang before she talked. She's special. I don't know why Danica wants. I don't see what the fuck the worry would be about. She's the same as Rowan and Ivan. Unless Danica Danica gets all of the, I don't get it. I don't get why that would be at all bad. I don't know. Instead, she has a lesser life with no father in her life. I don't get it. What is this? Can't break it. It's too expensive to break. It's the only editing system I may have for years. A long time. I don't know how long. What is that? I don't know what that is. Tanderando. Tando. Tanderando. Tandelando. Shit. No. Here. Ooh. I've looked at women's butts. I've looked at women's backside in the sun. In the sun, nothing wrong with it. I've looked at women's butts. Looks good. I've looked at women's backside. No. Backside. Nothing wrong with it. In the sun. In the sun, nothing wrong with it. I don't know why. It's wrong. I don't have anything wrong with my ass. It ain't my ass. It's my wife's ass every time. Sex. Blame it on her. I mean, not, we're having the sex. It's normal. It's normal. It's normal. Ain't my ass. It's my wife's ass every time. Sex. Blame it on her. I mean, not, we're having the sex. It's normal. It's normal. I'm not blaming it on her. I'm not blaming it. It feels good. See? It feels good. It's supposed to. It's not my ass. It's not my ass. I'm not blaming it. It feels good. See? It feels good. It's supposed to. It's not my ass. It's not my ass. I'm not blaming it. It feels good. See? It feels good. It's supposed to. It's not my ass. Fucking dead, man. Fucking dead. Hey guys, everything's happening. Fucking dead skeleton, dead corpse, man. I went. I'm in a casket, motherfucker. Boom. Just playing. He went to heaven after getting to be a rich entertainer, famous person. His whole life he got to be, and then he just died and went to heaven, of course. He may have. I don't know. Let's see how young his wife was. See how young he got to feel good to his pee-pee while he was the most famous person ever. Let's see. Larry King's wife. See if he got to feel good to his pee-pee while he was the most famous person ever. Where is he? Hey, come on, where's the picture? No. Well, she was a little younger. I don't know. Yeah, she's not that well. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what his personal life was personal life like. A dying man. She filed for divorce. This before he got COVID-19 or whatever it killed him. What year is this article? His 8th marriage. This is his 8th marriage. I'm going to zoom out. This is his 8th marriage. Well, she looks like, I don't know, like a pretty person for him that's like, I don't know, younger, 20 years or 40 years younger than him. But I don't know. Still looks like she's got some age on her. But she looks good. I mean, if it was whoever, I don't know, she's okay. I wouldn't want to meet someone like that right now unless I don't want to. I don't know. Dead in a casket, man. A dead body. That's terrible. That's horrible. He had 8 wives. His 8th marriage. What did he do his whole life? What year is this article written? She said she's not going to fight a dying man. Ah, there it was. 2019. August 21st, 2019. She said he was dying back then. I guess he either got COVID-19 or something happened. He really died. I can't imagine. She looks considerably younger than him, but he's famous and they like that kind of stuff, and I don't know. I get her estranged Larry King's wife, Sean, ended up with someone named Sean. Maybe he got along with her. I don't know what his life was like. Who's this guy in the background? I don't know. I don't know. She looks like a little older Melania Trump. Where did he go when he died? Look how old I got. Look how old I got. But guess what? Watch this. Young. When I'm in the right mood. It looks like, well, that wasn't as good because I was like pretty old. Look at this. Where's me looking? Shit. I guess he got old. Look at this. He's a short little man with a big tall. He's a short little man with a big tall wife. short. He's famous. Who am I kidding? I'm a famous guy. I want respect when you see me in public. Look at me. I'm like a young man. Look, there's no saggy neck on me. When there's no saggy neck on me from this angle. Watch. See if I can catch him. How good he was. Look at this. Come on. 7. He had 8 wives. Larry King's children. And you want to see? Well, no. Yeah, no, I don't know. Look at this. Is that his child? That's his son. His son. See, I'm the best because I'm skinny. My son's kind of fatter, you know. He's got one eye and does this. He's kind of like a mongoloid retard. Cause so he can feel better, like he's the coolest one, skinny, popular, famous. He's the best. That's terrible. Who knows what they tell them? They're look down. He doesn't look like that at all. He's probably a regular guy. Look, happy, healthy, young, strong. I don't know. He doesn't look at all like a horrible. Who knows what Larry King may have said like Trump to him in his private ways. Against mentally retarded people. No. Look at me. Did he believe in his son to be, even more famous than him, like Ben Stiller's father? I don't know. It's all Larry King. Who is his son? Probably an unknown. If Larry King had a lot of money, his son maybe has. You want to guess how much money he has? Between $400,000 and $800,000. I bet his son has between $400,000 and $800,000 because he got it from his dad to be the big famous center of. Well, I don't know. Up those net worth stuff. That's not what life is. Larry King's son. Larry King's son. Larry King's son. Larry King's son. He had 4 sons. Why did they put the one with him with cross-eyed eyes? Why do they do that? And how do you close this? Terms of use down there. These stupid websites. Who would want to subscribe to them to see their news? I don't know. Where is he, in heaven? Well, one of his eyes was, something happened to it. That's terrible. But it's not that bad. He looks okay. I don't know. Is that his? That can't be his mom. Two of his children died before him. Can't imagine how. Rocky Balboa's son died before him. Sage Stallone died of a heart attack or something, which, hey, if his father had been getting him to eat lower cholesterol or, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he had a heart palpitation from birth. I don't know. That was from his first wife, Sage Stallone, and he married so many other wives. How can they be happy? How can they possibly be happy? I like Sylvester Stallone though. I think maybe God's gonna allow him to really go through some difficulty and stay alive a long time, and then he'll get into heaven. Even though he was a number one best on earth for like the huge acting and stuff that he did, Sylvester Stallone. I think God will allow him to feel the last and really be kind to others and keep living. He has so much money. How could it suck that bad? I can't imagine. Sylvester Stallone. That's what I think. Sylvester Stallone. It looks like he's still got nothing wrong with him at this age. Nothing that wrong with his appearance, because he went through a lot of work to make sure he looked okay. He worked out a tremendous amount, but he had his mother's support because she was an athlete. She was an athlete and owned a gym. So he got to be an athlete. And when he was working at it a tremendous amount and still not seeing the results, he did a little bit of steroids and other stuff here and there. And then when his hair fell out, he implanted he implanted all of his hair into his head. He implanted new hair into his head. See, what did he do anything to his jowls, or he did plastic surgery here? And I don't know. He works out so much, he might, I don't know. Some people thought he had a nose job, but it's hard to tell. I guess that's how his nose always looked. I can't tell the difference. How you doing? How you doing? I don't know. You know, there's people who had better looking faces than him. Maybe that was why he had to work. He thought he had to work out so much because his face was like, I don't know. Who knows? He thought he had to be the best. I think he's still maybe a kind person. I don't know. He has these young daughters who are like single. Who knows who they're gonna marry? He had Sylvester Stallone's daughters. They're like, I don't know what to think about them. They're like almost like children, but they're not because they're women. How did he end up with those daughters that he's so close to? He's very comfortable around them, and he feels okay, and he's close to him, and he's close to his mom. He's close to his mom. His mom's still alive. His mom's pretty old. His mom was a psychic for a lot of the presidents. I don't know how much money she had when he was first doing Rocky, but I think she had millions of dollars. She may have had 20 to 40 million dollars when he was doing Rocky and acting like he was coming from nothing. But he had to live, I don't know. She may have only had, I don't know. I don't know. She may have only had a few $1,000,000 or 20 or 40 million. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know at all. She may have been poor. I doubt it. I doubt it. I'd like to know the truth about how he got to have his special screenplay that he said he only spent 3 days writing and had these other writers rewrite, unless he wrote it himself, unless he rewrote it and 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 rewrote it all those years. Which I don't know if he had to or he just had a bunch of money from his parents. I don't know. But he really worked hard at it to be better than others at it. Because, like, who else has a physique like this? Who else has a physique like that? Not many people, especially back then. People did not look that way. And he had to do at least some steroids to get that definition because he could not get it before then. Machine gun. Crazy. What was he thinking? Go to war. Like, what did he have to think about? Like, I don't want to be that way if I had to. An idol, a false idol, a graven image, a graven image. They made statues of him. So how's he gonna get into heaven? I don't know how. How's he gonna get into heaven? They made graven images of him. Does he have a chance of getting into heaven, or will his body get really old and he'll be like, I don't know. Fuck you. I'm not gonna get really old unless I look good. Maybe. Go to war.